19 on this cut. Feeling good. And I forgot to weigh myself this morning, so I skipped fasted cardio this morning. Decided to try to get some sleep. So I didn't sleep very well again last night. I just again had a lot of energy. I went on like a 5-mile walk yesterday. So I did 5 miles outside. So honestly, I was just like, you know what, I need a little bit more sleep. So I'm going to go ahead and get that sleep. So that's what I did. And sometimes you just got to make that decision to make your sleep priority and skip that morning cardio session if you haven't got much sleep. So feeling really good. Everything's going good so far. Some of the stuff that I had kind of on my mind, I kind of lost my train of thought. I don't know what was I gonna talk about? I was gonna talk about something good, and then it just like left my head. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me. Oh, yesterday we talked about maybe changing it up today, not doing legs. Well, after I woke up, my legs feel great. They feel amazing. So we're gonna do legs. Probably not calves. Calves are still pretty destroyed from yesterday's walk. I did a lot of uphill walking and all that stuff. So we should start seeing even more results start coming up if I am doing everything correctly, weighing everything correctly, actually staying in a deficit. We should start seeing a lot of crazy results coming up. I would say by day 30, we should see a big difference. So I can already see differences, but it should be a major big difference come day 30. But it's just some of those stuff like I haven't taken a rest day in 19 days, right? So it just goes to show you don't have to take a rest day. It just depends on how your body is and how you feel and if you're keeping up on everything. My hydration, I'm going to be honest with you, really sucks right now. So this workout's going to be a little tough. I don't know. I woke up just a couple hours ago, had to go to an appointment. I had my electrolytes and I forgot water. So my hydration kind of sucks right now, I'm going to be honest. But we should still be okay, as long as I get it caught up and for the recovery throughout the rest of the day. So one thing that I've been noticing is people, when you're counting your calories, there's a lot of people that seem to be counting active calories. So they go, okay, my watch said, or the machine said I burned 500 calories and I've had 2,500 calories today. So now that puts me down at 2,000 calories, which puts me in a deficit. So technically that should figure out, like it should work. But you can't really trust that machine. You can't trust our watches, our phone that says, oh, you burned this much calories in this workout. You can't really trust that stuff. And I think you're going to get much faster and better results if you don't count your active calories. Meaning, like, you don't put that as your overall into your deficit. So instead of going to 2,500 calories and then burning 500 calories to get to that 2,000 calories, we're just going to go to that 2,000 calories. We're just going to have 2,000 calories, call it a day. And whatever we do for working out, exercises, and all that stuff, that's just that's a plus. So that's the way I would do it, but I am seeing a lot of people who are counting active calories. I mean, see if it's working for you. If you are not seeing changes in your clothing and changing on your, like, you're just like, oh, my clothes feel the same, I don't feel flush, I don't feel like I've lost weight, the scale's not moving, then stop counting your active calories. Just do what you put in your body, call it a day. Some other stuff like, you know, I've been getting a lot of like, just like hate comments and all that stuff. And that's when you know you're doing something right. So I've been getting just tons and tons of hate comments, and I'll get people that are like, oh, you don't have, the muscle that you have on, there's not even that much muscle compared to how you work out, or see, you're doing it all wrong, or if you were doing it right, you would have way more muscle, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, man, I don't know. It's like, you can't really say for sure. You don't know for sure. If I got a coach and did everything perfectly, would I have more muscle? Maybe, maybe not. But at the end of the day, my goals are different. Could be different for other people. You got to understand, me getting to 10% body fat is just, and getting like a really good physique like that, it's just a goal. It's not like I'm trying to be I'm not trying to go on stage. I want to look a certain way that I've never looked in my life. You know what I mean? I've been a chubby person ever since, even when I was a little kid. Like, I just want to get leaned out, look freaky, have badass pumps, have awesome muscle. That's all I want. You know, I'm probably not going to do shows. Like, I'm not going to probably go step on stage. So if my left, or say if my right bicep looks a little bit bigger than my left because I used my right arm more during, you know, don't want to go into details, I'm not going to freak out, right? Just because it's like who cares? I'm not going on stage where they're like judging me, right? So it's like, who cares? And I know a lot of people are that way, you know, they just want to go good, they want to feel good, look good. So I go there mostly for mental. Like, I go and train every day because it helps me mentally. If I don't go train, and I love doing it, if I don't go train and I don't go work out and I don't go to the gym and I don't go do like 45 minutes of working out outside, man, I just feel like shit. Like, to be honest with you, I feel horrible. I get more depressed, I get more anxiety. I feel overall worse. So I'm not doing this stuff, you know, just to try to like step on stage. I'm doing it because it makes me feel good and I want to look good. So I don't really care. But like, and then too, it's like, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, you still have a lot of body fat on you. Yeah, well, obviously, but I did it differently. So most people, and maybe you should do it this way, most people will lose the fat, lean out, and then go on a bulk and put on muscle. I don't know if that's the right way to do it, wrong way of doing it. I did it differently. I was like, I'm going to focus on gym, putting on tons of muscle. Then I'm going to diet down, because I thought like, how cool would it be to start like slowly revealing my physique that I've been building for 2 years. So I've been going to the gym off and on for 3 years. And then it was like, off and on for 2 years. And then I became really super consistent for a year. And during that year, dropped to 92 pounds. And so I'm like, how cool would it be to just keep like on a lot of fat and just build crazy amount of muscle, and then slowly start revealing that muscle through fat loss. So I did it differently. So is it the right way to do? I don't know. But I don't know if there's really a right way or wrong way of doing stuff. It's just, what are your goals? What do you want to achieve? Like, what do you want to do for yourself? That's what it comes down to. I don't think it matters how you do it, as long as you do it, right? So it's like, if you got someone who just loads up on tons of enhancements and just goes absolute crazy to achieve his goals, so what? That was his decision. He made that decision. Good for him, right? And then it's just like, it's like this thing that you see online lately where it's just like, oh, well, you took a lot of enhancements to get that, blah, 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 or blah, blah, you're doing it the wrong way, or you blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, who cares, man? Like, who cares how people do it? As long as they're doing it, as long as they're getting done. Like, when someone tells me, oh, well, I don't want to do that and do this and do that, and it's like, well, then in my opinion, you don't want it bad enough. Like, you don't want it bad enough. You don't. You just don't want it. You don't want it bad enough. If you're not willing to do the awesome stuff and doing amazing or doing crazy things to get crazy look, then you don't want it. But it depends on your goal, right? If you want to look like freaking the Trend Twins, but you're not willing to take, a bunch of enhancements, you're never going to look like the Trend Twins, and you're never going to look like them anyways. Like, right? You're going to have a different physique than they do. Like, everyone's going to have a different physique. But you sit there and you're like, well, I want to look like C-Bum. But then you're not working out hard. You're not working out consistently. You're not pushing yourself hard in the gym. You're not doing these things. And you're not willing to take enhancements, then you're not willing to do what it takes. You know what I mean? I'm not encouraging to take them, but I'm just saying, you got to do what it takes. And so when people see me at the gym every single day pushing so hard and then they tell me, that's bad for your muscles. But then I'll get another comment, bro, like, how do I get big biceps like you? You have almost 20-inch biceps. How do I get biceps like you? It's like, you know what I mean? And then you'll have one person that's just like, oh, you're doing it wrong and blah, 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 blah. But then they don't have 20-inch biceps. And then they're also asking me, how did I get my biceps so big? You know what I mean? So it's crazy. I knew this was coming though when I put these videos out there. I knew it was coming, but it's just crazy to see. It really is, to see like people, and especially on TikTok. I think TikTok has a little bit more encouraging content, like more encouraging or comments, and like people who are doing the stuff that I'm doing, and they're just like, hell yeah, brother, like, keep at it. And I'll get that some on YouTube as well. But YouTube kind of goes a little bit, like, there's a lot of negative, like, comments that I have to filter out and I have to delete, or because I have it where I can prove or deny it, and I have to get rid of a lot of stuff. And a lot of it's just people that are just like, you'll have one guy that's just like, oh, your body looks trash and blah blah blah, your muscle, like, you don't even have that much muscle. But then you click on their profile and you look at them and you're just like, dude, like, you're all just like bones and dick. Like, you don't have any muscle. Like, what are you talking, like, who are you to come on there and say all those things when you're just lean? Like, you don't have no muscle, you're just lean. Just because I have fat doesn't mean my muscles aren't bigger. Like, you know what I mean? It's just stuff like that, and you'll see it a lot. Like, if I don't approve the comments, but if you go on to, like, who's a good example? I don't know if Trend Twins are. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't think Sam really gets those kind of comments. Maybe he does. I might be wrong. Maybe he does get some of those comments in there where people are just like, oh, Sam, you're doing it the wrong way. You're not taking rest days, blah, blah, blah. And then you click on their profile and it's like, are they jacked like Sam Sulek? No. So, like, why am I going to take their advice over Sam Sulek's advice? And it kind of goes, you know what I mean? It's like, they're not jacked, but they're sitting there telling Sam Sulek he's doing things wrong. And he could be doing some things wrong, right? He could be. It's a big learning process. But one person that does something a certain way might not work for you. So he might not be doing it wrong because it works for him, but it might be wrong for you. Does that make sense? That's what I'm trying to get at. So, and that kind of goes along with what I said yesterday of, like, when you see people doing workouts, just kind of mind your own business, because you don't really know why they're doing the workout that way and all that kind of stuff. So just, like, mind your own business about it. Because with me, when I do workouts certain ways, it's also because I have that mentally challenged thing, that mentally challenged. I have that mentally thing in my head where it's like, hey, be careful, you're gonna hurt your ankle. Like, because I'm dealing with an ankle injury, I'm dealing with, like, neuropathy and nerve damage and all that. So I get that in my head where it's like, oh, we gotta protect the ankle, we gotta protect the leg. And so I'll do workouts kind of weird, like especially with leg day on squats. And so the personal trainer, when I talk to him about it and talk to him about things, I'm like, yeah, this is why I'm doing these things like this way. And he goes, oh, that makes sense. And he was the one that told me too, like, if you ever become a personal trainer or like work at a gym, never come up and try to correct people's forms or correct people unless you really look at them and you're like, oh, he's gonna hurt himself. Like, yeah, that they're gonna hurt themselves if they keep doing it that way, because you don't know why they're training that way. You don't know what they're training for. You don't know if they have a disability, so they're trying to do it a certain way around work around that disability. You just don't know. So it's just like, mind your freaking business, unless it's very obvious they're gonna hurt themselves. And it's just funny to me because who is it? Is it Mike Patel? Is that the one that's like so science? Technically, it's all science-based lifting, but he's the one that's like so about doing things perfect. And I think he was the one that was like, I don't know if he was the one that was like, oh, if Sam Saul keeps going the way he goes, he's not going to be alive much longer. And it's like, dude, you don't know. You don't know what enhancement Sam's is fully on. You don't know if he's being monitored. You don't know, man. Like, and I guarantee if you talk to Sam about it, he would be like, I'm doing what I love, man. So it's like, if I go out early because of it, I go out early of it. A lot of people who die early because they've taken a lot of enhancements, it's because they already had a heart condition, like, or had something really bad going on with their heart, like Ziz, for example. He already had like a bad heart condition that they didn't know about. I don't even know if he was on enhancements, but a lot of stuff was going around that he was, and that's why he died. But whatever. So, but getting back to it, to him, Mike Patel or whatever, he had a guy on his podcast recently who was like, Mike Patel was like, oh, what do you do? And the other guy was like, well, no, not really, da 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 da. And so it's like, you know what I mean? This stuff is always changing. It's always changing, and I'm learning that from my personal training courses and all the other stuff I'm going through. It's always changing. Because like now, so what happens is I went through personal training courses, and now there's this updated, like, keep up on your learning and all this other stuff, and it can totally change. Like, it's saying to watch out for changes. Because one thing that was told was blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? Another study came out, and now it's showing actually doing it the other way is better. So it's just always changing. So where I'm trying to get at, just get into the gym, go hard. Don't worry about if I'm doing things perfectly, if I'm blah, 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 blah. Just go in there, go hard. Like, that's all that goes into it. Go hard and not hurt. Don't hurt yourself, but just go hard. And I feel for people who do have really bad anxiety, because I do have it as well. And I understand, like, right now, I'm about to go in the gym. Well, guess what? I'm looking in there. I already know all the people in here, man. Like, I see all their faces. It's all the same people. But I'm sitting here battling myself with anxiety. Like, oh, man, like, what if people are staring at me? What if I go in there and blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I mean? Was if someone thinks I'm doing something wrong, or was if I look stupid? It's like one of those. And that's part of the reason why I started posting every day, too, is because I'm like, you know what? I just need to post and whatever. And two, because I want to go back and look at all my stuff and see how awesome my progress is and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, just go in there, go hard, do what you can, work with what you can, find your 100%. If you're dealing with a disability like I am, find your 100%. Like, I got hurt pretty badly, and I found my new 100%, and I kept pushing through it. And so if I can do it, I know a lot of you guys out there can do it as well. So let's get enough talking. Let's get in there, do leg day. I'm going to get warmed up, and then I don't know what I'm going to start with. We'll kind of go with the flow and see what we start with. Squats, tons of other warm-ups like RDLs. So now I'm going to start going a little bit heavier. That's the content that I'm going to record. So we're going to go, we'll do 250. I'm not going to go too heavy. All right. Alright, I might go heavier, but I'm gonna sit here and spam this and move on to the next. Well, the gym bro before me did like 1,100 on here. I told him to keep some of the weight up here for me. So just get some more leg pressing in and then move on. Alright, a couple more sets of this and then we'll move on. No leg extensions today, just taking, like I said, switching it up, and then it's good to do. And then when I hit leg extensions next leg day, my body's gonna be like, what the heck? Just taking sets to failure. Sit here and spam this, and then we'll be done. Alright, we're done. We're gonna go take a look at the legs and get out of here. Alright, so this pump wasn't that good, to be honest with you. And why is that? So why wasn't my pump that good? There's a few things because of it. Did you guess lack of sleep? That's one of the reasons. And I'm dehydrated. So I didn't properly sleep the past, last night I didn't sleep well at all. I didn't sleep hardly at all. So that lack of sleep, and then today, you can even hear my throat, not staying up on hydration. Like first thing in the morning, man, I'm like drinking electrolytes, tons of water, whatever I'm drinking. And normally I have to pee like six or seven times before I even come to the gym. And I only had to go once, and I had a doctor's appointment and I had all this stuff going on. So that was my fault for not planning correctly for hydration and all that stuff. So this is my fault. So it's no one else's fault. You know, it's not the fault of, I had a doctor's appointment, or, it's just the fault of I didn't plan good enough. I didn't, you know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. So, because I had to be up at 4 in the morning to take my sister to work. And then, it's just like stuff like that is like, I have to make sure I'm planning, and I have to make sure I'm, on that schedule, because if I don't stay on the schedule, it throws everything off. It throws the lift off, it throws the recovery process off, where I might even have to take a rest day tomorrow. And I kind of tweaked my shoulder a little bit, just lifting a 45 up, taking it off the thing. I felt just like a little like weird kind of pull, and then soreness and kind of pain. So it's like stuff like that. See, that's when you hurt yourself, is when you don't recover correctly and properly, and you could just be off track for a day or two, and then your body's just like will kind of start giving up. So you have to make sure, or if not, then you're having to make sure you take rest days. So tomorrow might end up being a rest day, just because I need to get everything back on track, but we'll see how it goes. So anyways, let's see how the legs looking. You see my arms look freaking amazing, man. My arms, my chest, all this is starting to lean out. So let's see. Oh, I didn't do calves, so we won't really do a calf check. Yeah, look at that. I mean, they're still pumped, right? This is not the best pump that I could get. They still look pretty good. It's just not like crazy pumped. So, but yeah. There you go. So, yeah, looking good. So, anyways, I still have a 45-minute walk today, so I either need to take a nap or just get my hydration on point. Maybe take a nap before I go do that 45-minute walk outside. Nothing else to it, just stay in the calorie deficit. So we'll see you guys back in I think it's the car. It's kind of destroyed, kind of not. That wasn't one of my best leg days. And that just goes to show you how much it makes a huge freaking difference when, like, if your sleep is off, your hydration's off, your eating's off, your lifts are going to be off. Your lifts are going to feel absolutely like trash. But it's okay because still came to the gym, still pushed myself hard, still went to failure. That's all that matters. Now I gotta get out, recover, plan for tomorrow's workout. Tomorrow is arms. My arms are not sore, but now it's gonna be depending on how this right shoulder feels tomorrow. Excuse me. Because if I have shoulder pain, man, that is not good. Like if I go work out and I do arms tomorrow and I'm trying to lift weight and I'm feeling pain in my shoulder, it's not very good. So we're gonna have to see how we feel tomorrow. If tomorrow's gonna have to be a rest day, if what we're gonna have to do. So that's the unfortunate part of when your lifts are off, or when your hydration, everything is off. The risk of injury goes up. The risk of things going wrong just go up. But we still got the workout in. We stayed disciplined. We got to stay disciplined on our diet now. So I'm probably going to up the cardio more. So I think I'm going to go back to doing my 45-minute workout outside. Then later on in the evening doing more cardio somewhere, either at the gym or just trying to get to bed earlier. So I got to do something because at night I'm starting to realize that what the heck is going on there? Yikes. Road rage. But that was not good. But I got to get to bed earlier, so I don't want to snack. I don't want to do anything. So I might even get to the point where I start like parking up in the mountains at night, parking somewhere else where I'm not close to my mom's and I'm not like hanging out at my mom's house, just so I don't get that urge to snack and I don't have no food with me. So it's like, well, I just have water, sugar-free soda, stuff like that with me. So it's like, I don't have food with me, so I can't eat. Just because I'm starting to feel it. Like I'm starting to get that itch to snack a lot at night, and that is not good. And part of that too is the lack of sleep. The less sleep you get, the more you're going to want to eat, the more you're going to want to consume, because your body's just like, that lack of sleep, it's trying to get more energy from somewhere, so it's going to try to come from food sources, and it's going to want to make you eat more and all that. So just try to get your sleep. Try to get sleep. So, but tomorrow, arms, that's the plan so far, but if it changes, you guys will figure that out. I'll still throw a video up no matter what. So if it's a rest day, just a cardio day, after rest day, I'll still do videos just to keep up. Kind of like, this is kind of like my own personal diary, right? So then I can go back and watch and be like, okay, this happened, that happened. So like, you know, like it just helps me, and it helps me keep disciplined, because I can see the changes, I can see everything that's going on. So, and too, when you're in a weight loss journey, it's not easy, man, because like you're like, so if you lose 10 pounds, you're gonna only, or like let's say you lose 5 pounds, you're gonna only see like a 5% change, not even a 5% change. You're gonna see a 1% change, and it takes a while. It takes a long time. It takes months and months to start seeing 100%, like start seeing big major changes. I can see the little ones, thankfully. If I couldn't see those little ones, I might just have been like, yeah, screw this, I'm just gonna go all out and just eat tons of food. So thankfully I can see the small changes, because then I get frustrated with it. The process that I get frustrated with trying to lose the fat is I lose my strength. I can't go as hard in the gym. Like, I can still go hard, but I can't throw around, you know, over 1,000-pound leg press. I was doing 733 in there, and I was kind of struggling with it. But normally I can freaking throw around 1,000-pound easily. And then like squats, I didn't record the squats, but I was struggling with just 245s. And it's like, and normally I can knock that out like no problem. So it's like, it's stuff like that where I start getting frustrated with the process of losing weight. And it's just a mind game of just like, I gotta understand this is only temporarily. It might take a long time, it might take 6 months, but it's only temporary. We're trying to get leaned out, we're trying to get to that 10% body fat. And this lack of strength and all this stuff that's happening right now, it's just all temporary. So it's like, I will gain all that back, I will get my strength back, I'll gain all that stuff slowly back. But in the process, we have to make that sacrifice of strength and throwing around a lot of weight to get down lean and shredded, because it's just healthier for us as well. You know what I mean? Better on the heart, better on everything, not to have so much fat, better on your organs, better overall health. So we just need to get down to that 10%. But I gotta actually, man, sorry, my throat. It's like, it just hurts from the dryness, because I'm used to being so hydrated right now. So I gotta go pick up some medication, which I haven't really been using much of it. So, but with this new shoulder injury, kind of slight irritation, I guess not injury, but slight irritation, that medicine will definitely help. It'll definitely come in handy. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Been good on my calories all day. I've only had about 450 calories. It's 2 o'clock now. So as long as I stay on track, we will lose fat, we'll lose weight. If I start going crazy and start snacking, we're gonna gain weight. So that's just gonna throw off our schedule. So let's not try to do that. Let's try to stay disciplined. And yeah, that's the plan. But we'll see you guys either tomorrow for a rest day or for arms. So